The massive alien warship appeared out of nowhere, its hull gleaming dully under Earth's orbital lights. Dark scorch marks covered its once beautiful surface, and one entire section looked like it had been chewed up by some giant space monster. As it limped toward Orbital Repair Station 7, emergency lights flashed weakly along its damaged sides. Tom Miller had seen many broken ships in his 15 years as chief engineer, but nothing quite like this. He stood at the main observation window, his coffee cup frozen halfway to his mouth. The alien vessel was at least 3 times larger than the biggest human spacecraft ever built. "Sir," called out Jack from the communications desk, "we're getting a distress signal. It's from a Stellar Coalition warship." Tom walked over to the console, his heavy boots making solid thuds against the station's metal floor. The Stellar Coalition was one of the most advanced alien groups out there. They usually wouldn't come anywhere near a human repair station. "Put them through," Tom said, straightening his old gray uniform jacket. A hologram appeared in the center of the control room. The alien commander was made of what looked like blue crystal, with light dancing through their transparent form. When they spoke, their whole body flickered like sunlight on water. "This is First Commander Blue of the Coalition warship Starbreaker," the crystalline being said. Their voice sounded like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. "We request emergency docking and repairs." Tom noticed the fear in the alien's voice. These Coalition folks were usually pretty stuck up, thinking their technology was too advanced for humans to understand. Something really bad must have happened to make them come here. "This is Chief Engineer Tom Miller. Permission to dock granted. What's your situation, Commander?" The alien's crystal form dimmed slightly. "We were hit by an unknown weapon during a deep space patrol. 5 Coalition repair stations have already declared our ship beyond saving. We've traveled through 62 solar systems looking for help." There was a pause. "You are our last hope." Tom scratched his gray beard and studied the damage readings appearing on his screens. It was bad, really bad. The ship's quantum core was leaking energy in ways he'd never seen before. But Tom had learned long ago that impossible just meant nobody had figured out the right solution yet. "Dock at Bay 12, he said. "I'll have my team ready." As the massive ship slowly moved into position, Tom gathered his repair crew in the main hangar. They were a mixed bunch, old hands who'd learned their trade fixing Earth ships, and younger folks who'd grown up reading about alien technology. "Listen up," Tom said, looking at each of their faces. "What's coming through that airlock is the most advanced ship any of us have ever seen. It's also badly hurt. The aliens think it can't be fixed." He smiled. "Let's prove them wrong." When the docking was complete, First Commander Blue and 2 other crystal aliens walked through the airlock. They towered over the humans, their bodies casting blue shadows on the hangar floor. "Show me the worst of it," Tom said, pulling out his tablet. The aliens led them through their ship. The damage was even worse up close. Whole sections of the quantum drive were twisted in ways that shouldn't have been possible. Strange energy crackled across broken surfaces, and the ship's AI was speaking in random alien languages. The Coalition engineer, a smaller crystal being named Green, explained how the unknown weapon had somehow phased their quantum core out of sync with normal spacetime. "The energy patterns are impossible to stabilize," they said. "Even our most advanced repair stations couldn't make sense of it." Tom walked around the damaged core, his mind already working on the problem. The aliens had tried to fix this using their advanced technology, following their standard repair protocols. But sometimes the fanciest tool wasn't the best one for the job. He remembered how his grandfather used to fix old cars back on Earth. Sometimes, his grandfather had said, "You need to stop thinking about how something's supposed to work and just figure out how to make it work." Looking at the worried faces of his crew and the desperate aliens, Tom knew this would be the repair job of his life. But he also knew something else. This was exactly the kind of impossible problem that humans were good at solving. "Well," he said, pulling out his tools, "let's get to work." Tom stood in front of the damaged quantum core, watching the strange energy patterns dance across its surface. Behind him, First Commander Blue and Engineer Green waited nervously. The core made an ugly humming sound that reminded Tom of a failing engine. "Your standard repair methods," Tom said. "What exactly did they try?" Engineer Green projected a hologram showing complex alien repair procedures. "We attempted quantum realignment using our most advanced tools. The energy patterns simply wouldn't stabilize." Tom nodded slowly. The alien methods were impressive, and completely wrong for this situation. They were trying to force the damaged core back into its original state. But sometimes you had to work with the damage, not against it. "Mary," he called to his assistant engineer, "bring me the mining laser calibrator from Bay 3. The crystal aliens looked at each other in confusion. A mining tool. First Commander Blue's voice was filled with disbelief. "That is primitive technology used for breaking rocks. Sometimes the simplest tools are the best ones," Tom said, remembering his grandfather's words. He turned to his team. "Jack, get me copper wire from the storage room. Pete, I need silicon crystals from the Earth ships we repaired last week." The aliens watched in horror as the humans brought what they considered to be junk. Tom could understand their worry. It was like trying to fix a computer with stone tools in their eyes. Mary returned with the mining calibrator, a bulky device used to focus laser beams for cutting through asteroids. Tom started taking it apart on a workbench, his hands moving quickly and surely. "What are you doing?" Engineer Green asked, their crystal form flickering with anxiety. "Your quantum core is out of sync with normal space-time," Tom explained while working. "But the mining calibrator uses simple crystal arrays to focus energy, if we modify it just right." He held up the modified device. "We can use it to guide your core back into proper alignment." First Commander Blue's form darkened with doubt. "That is not possible. The technology is too primitive." Tom smiled. "Maybe that's exactly why it will work. Your advanced tools are trying to force the core to behave normally. This will let us guide it gently, work with the damage instead of fighting it." He turned to his team. "Mary, start connecting the copper wires to the calibrator's power source. Pete, we need to arrange these silicon crystals in a pattern that matches the core's energy flow." The human repair team moved with purpose. They weren't following any manual or standard procedure. Instead, they were doing what humans did best, making things work with whatever they had on hand. Hours passed as they worked. The aliens watched in silence as the humans built something that broke every rule in their repair manuals. Tom connected the last wire and stepped back. "Okay," he said, "let's try it." He activated the modified mining calibrator. A soft blue beam shot out, connecting with the damaged quantum core. The ugly humming changed to a gentler sound. "Look at the energy readings," Mary said excitedly. On the monitors, the chaotic patterns began to smooth out. The quantum core's light shifted from an angry red to a healthy blue. First Commander Blue and Engineer Green rushed to their own instruments. "Impossible," Engineer Green whispered. "The core, it's stabilizing. The energy patterns are returning to normal." First Commander Blue said in amazement. "How did primitive mining equipment accomplish what our advanced repair stations could not?" Tom watched the core with satisfaction. Sometimes you need to stop thinking about how advanced or primitive something is. What matters is understanding the problem and finding a solution that works. The repair team spent the next few hours fine-tuning their makeshift device. By the time they finished, the quantum core was humming smoothly, its energy patterns stable and normal. First Commander Blue approached Tom, their crystal form glowing brightly with joy and disbelief. "In all my years of space travel, I have never seen such innovative repairs." "That's kind of our specialty," Tom said with a smile. "Humans are good at thinking differently about problems." Word of the successful repair spread quickly through the station. As Tom watched the aliens run final checks on their systems, he knew this was just the beginning. If humans could fix something this advanced with modified mining equipment, what else could they do? Little did he know, this repair job would change everything, not just for his station, but for human-alien relations throughout the galaxy. News travels fast in space. Within 3 days of fixing the Coalition warship's quantum core, Repair Station 7 received 6 new alien ships seeking help. Tom stood in his office, looking at the lineup of damaged vessels through his window. Each one had been turned away from other repair stations. "They're calling it the Miller method, sir," Mary said, showing Tom her tablet. On the screen, alien social networks were buzzing with discussions about the human repair technique. Tom rubbed his tired eyes. He hadn't slept much since fixing First Commander Blue's ship. Just what we need. More impossible repairs. The station's alert system beeped. Jack's voice came over the speaker. "Chief, we've got another one coming in. Well, you should see this yourself." Tom hurried to the main control room. On the big screen, a merchant ship approached the station. Its entire back half was missing, replaced by a makeshift bubble of energy that barely contained the atmosphere. "How is that thing still flying?" Pete asked, staring at the screen. The ship's captain appeared on their communication screen. He looked like a large orange octopus floating in water. "This is Captain Inc. of the merchant vessel Lucky Star. We heard you can fix the unfixable." Tom studied the readings. "What happened to your ship, Captain?" "Pirates." The alien captain bubbled. "They took half my ship. Been traveling on emergency power for weeks. Every repair station said the same thing. Build a new ship. But I heard about what you did for the Coalition warship." Tom looked at his team. They all nodded. "Dock at Bay 4, Captain. We'll see what we can do." The damage was worse up close. The ship's cutoff point was clean, like something had sliced through it with a giant knife. The energy bubble keeping the atmosphere in was failing. "Conventional repair would take months," Mary said, scanning the damage. "We'd need to rebuild the entire back half." Tom walked around the ship, thinking. He stopped at a pile of spare parts from Earth ships. Among them was an old cargo container shield generator, outdated by alien standards but built to last. "Pete," Tom called out, "remember that old Earth cargo ship we scrapped last month? The one with the reinforced hull plates?" Pete's eyes lit up. "Yeah, we've got the whole back section in storage." "Wait, you're not thinking." "That's exactly what I'm thinking." Tom turned to Captain Inc. "We can't rebuild your ship's original back half, but we can give you something just as good, maybe better." The repair team spent the next 2 days working nonstop. They took the old Earth cargo ship's hull, modified it with the shield generator, and carefully attached it to the alien vessel. It wasn't pretty. The Earth steel looked rough next to the alien metal, but it was strong. "It looks like 2 different ships stuck together," Engineer Green said. The crystal alien had stayed at the station to observe more human repairs. "That's because it is," Tom replied, checking the connection points. "But sometimes the best solution isn't the prettiest one." Captain Inc. watched nervously as the humans installed Earth-made engines into his hybrid ship. "Will it work?" "These engines aren't as advanced as your original ones," Tom explained, "but they're reliable. Earth ships had to work with slower-than-light travel for centuries. We learned to build things that last." Finally, the work was done. The Lucky Star looked strange. Half sleek alien craft, half sturdy Earth ship, but all the systems checked out perfectly. Captain Inc. did a test run around Earth's moon. When he returned, his orange tentacles were waving with excitement. "It's better than before," he exclaimed. "The new hull is stronger, and those Earth engines use less fuel." As the merchant ship prepared to leave, other aliens gathered to watch. Tom overheard them talking about human repair magic and Earth engineering. Engineer Green approached Tom. "I think I understand now," they said. "Humans don't just fix things. You improve them. You see problems as opportunities." Tom watched the Lucky Star disappear into space, its Earth-made engines glowing steadily. "We just do what works," he said. "Sometimes that means thinking differently about what fixed really means." That night, As Tom updated the station's repair logs, he received a message. The Galactic Repair Guild wanted to discuss his unorthodox methods. Change was coming to space repair work, whether the galaxy was ready or not. 1 month after fixing the Lucky Star, Repair Station 7's docking bays were completely full. Ships from every corner of the galaxy waited in line for repairs. Tom hadn't had a proper rest in weeks. "Sir," Jack called from his communication station, "the Galactic Repair Guild is on the line again. They sound angry." Tom sighed and straightened his worn uniform. The guild had been trying to stop humans from using their dangerous and unprofessional repair methods. On the main screen, a gray-skinned alien in fancy robes appeared. It was Head Engineer Rock, the guild's leader. "Chief Engineer Miller," the alien said stiffly, "you must stop these unauthorized repairs immediately. Your methods violate 500 years of repair protocols." Tom looked at the screen showing all the ships waiting for help. "With respect, Head Engineer, my methods work." These ships were all turned away from guild stations because they cannot be fixed. Rock's skin turned darker with frustration. "You attached Earth cargo ship parts to a merchant vessel. You used mining equipment to repair a quantum core. This is not proper engineering." Before Tom could answer, alarms started blaring. Mary's voice came over the station speakers. "Chief, Bay 6, the trader ship's reactor is going critical." "Got to go," Tom said to the angry guild leader. "Real repair work to do." He cut off the communication and ran to Bay 6. The trading ship was a small vessel with 3 bubble-shaped sections. The middle bubble was glowing red, never a good sign. The ship's owner, a tall insect-like alien, was clicking his mandibles nervously. "Reactors failing," Mary reported, checking readings on her tablet. "The cooling system is completely dead." Tom studied the ship quickly. The alien cooling technology was complex, but the problem was simple. Things were getting too hot. Sometimes the best solutions were the most basic ones. "Pete," Tom called out, "get me the liquid nitrogen we use for the station's backup systems." "Jack, bring the temperature regulators from Bay 3. "Mary, find me some Earth coolant pipes." The alien trader watched in horror as the humans started building what looked like a primitive cooling system around his expensive reactor. But this is not proper procedure." "Proper procedure won't save your ship," Tom said, connecting pipes. "This will." They worked fast, using Earth materials to create a new cooling system. It wasn't pretty. Pipes wrapped around the reactor like metal snakes, and the temperature regulators were clearly visible instead of hidden behind panels. But when they turned it on, the reactor's dangerous red glow faded to a healthy blue. "Impossible," the trader whispered, touching the pipes with his antenna. Guild engineers said the cooling system could not be replaced without a complete reactor rebuild. "They were thinking too complicated," Tom explained. "Your advanced cooling system failed, so we gave you a simple one that won't." As the trader happily ran system checks, Engineer Green appeared. The crystal alien had become a regular visitor, studying human repair methods. 3 more guild repair stations closed today, Green said. "All their customers are coming to human stations instead. The guild is panicking." Tom watched his repair teams working on various ships. In one bay, they were fixing a luxury cruise ship's gravity generators with modified Earth satellite parts. In another, they were rebuilding a damaged fighter's weapon system using spare mining laser parts. "The guild doesn't understand," Tom said. "It's not about following rules or using the most advanced technology. It's about solving problems with whatever works." Suddenly, all screens in the station lit up with an emergency broadcast. The guild was issuing new repair regulations. Any ship fixed with human methods would be banned from guild-controlled space stations. The trader ship's captain approached Tom, his antennae twitching. "What will you do now? The guild has much power." Tom smiled, remembering all the impossible repairs they'd done. "We'll do what humans always do. We'll find a way to make it work." Looking at his tired but proud repair teams, Tom knew the guild had made a mistake. They thought rules and regulations could stop human innovation. But if humanity's history proved anything, it was that telling humans something couldn't be done just made them more determined to do it. The real question wasn't whether human repair stations would survive. It was whether the Guild was ready for how humans would change spacecraft repair forever. The emergency alert woke Tom at 3 in the morning. He rushed to the control room, still putting on his jacket. One look at Jack's face told him this was serious. "What's coming?" Tom asked, reaching for his coffee. "A diplomatic vessel," Jack said, pointing to the main screen. "But not just any diplomatic vessel. It's the Unity." Tom nearly dropped his coffee cup. Everyone knew about the Unity. It was the most advanced ship in the galaxy. Built by 12 different alien species working together, it carried ambassadors from all major spacefaring races. "They're broadcasting a distress signal," Mary reported from her station. Their Infinity Drive is failing." The Infinity Drive was the most advanced propulsion system ever created. No human had ever even seen one up close. It was the kind of technology that made Earth's best engines look like steam engines. The Unity appeared on their screens, and the control room fell silent. The ship was beautiful, a massive silver sphere surrounded by rotating rings of light. But one of the rings was flickering dangerously. "This is Ambassador White of the Unity," a voice called over the communication system. The hologram showed a tall, graceful alien that looked like it was made of white mist. "We need immediate assistance." "This is Chief Engineer Miller of Earth Repair Station 7, Tom responded. "What's your situation?" "Our Infinity Drive is destabilizing," the ambassador said. "We've lost containment on the quantum matrices. The Guild's best repair stations couldn't help. We heard about your unusual methods." Tom could hear the doubt in the ambassador's voice. He understood why. They were asking humans to fix technology that was centuries beyond Earth's level. "Dock at Bay 1, Tom said. "We'll do our best." When the Unity docked, 12 different ambassadors emerged. Each represented one of the species that had helped build the ship. They watched nervously as Tom and his team made their first inspection of the Infinity Drive. The drive room was like nothing they'd ever seen. Streams of energy flowed through crystal channels, and pieces of the machinery seemed to exist in multiple places at once. "The quantum matrices are collapsing," Engineer Green explained. They had become part of Tom's team over the past weeks. "When they fail completely, the drive will explode with enough force to destroy this entire station." Tom walked around the drive, thinking hard. They couldn't fix this with modified mining equipment or spare Earth parts. This was far beyond anything they'd tackled before. "Sir," Mary called out, "look at this." She pointed to her readings. "The energy flows. They remind me of something." Tom looked at her screen. The pattern did look familiar. Then it hit him. It looked like the wave patterns in Earth's oceans. "That's it." Tom turned to his team. "The drive isn't broken. It's out of rhythm. It's like waves hitting a beach. If they don't come in the right pattern, they crash into each other and cause destruction," Pete finished. "But how do we fix it?" Tom looked at the Earth tools they'd brought, then at the advanced alien technology around them. Neither would work alone. But maybe, Ambassador White, he called out, "I have an idea, but you're not going to like it. We need to combine your technology with ours." The ambassadors burst into argument. Combine their perfect technology with primitive Earth tools. It was unthinkable. "How would this work?" Ambassador White asked, silencing the others. "Your drive controls energy flows like water," Tom explained. "On Earth, we've spent centuries studying wave patterns, in oceans, in sound, in electricity. We can use our wave harmonizers, modified with your quantum crystals, to guide the energy back into the right rhythm." The room was silent. What Tom was suggesting had never been done before. It could save the ship, or make things much worse. "We have no choice," Ambassador White finally said. "Proceed." Tom looked at his team. They were about to attempt the most important repair in human history. If they succeeded, It would prove once and for all what humans could do. If they failed, well, they wouldn't be around to worry about it. "All right," Tom said, pulling out his tools. "Let's show them what Earth engineering can really do." The repair bay was tense as Tom's team prepared to work on the Unity's Infinity Drive. 12 ambassadors watched nervously as the humans set up their equipment next to the most advanced engine in the galaxy. "Mary, start mapping the wave patterns," Tom ordered. "Pete, get the quantum crystals ready. Jack, monitor the energy levels." Engineer Green stepped forward, their crystal form glowing with concern. "The Guild's repair manuals strictly forbid tampering with Infinity Drive harmonics." "Those manuals," Tom said while calibrating his tools, "are exactly why no one could fix this. Sometimes you have to write your own manual." The wave harmonizer they'd built looked strange. Earth technology mixed with alien crystals. It wasn't pretty, but Tom knew it would work. It had to work. "Energy levels rising," Jack reported. "The drive's getting more unstable." Tom watched the wave patterns on Mary's screen. The energy flows were fighting each other like angry ocean waves in a storm. They needed to calm them down. "Starting primary harmonics," Tom announced. He activated their modified device. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Then the energy streams in the drive began to pulse in a new rhythm. The ambassadors moved closer, their various alien forms showing signs of both hope and worry. "It's working," Mary called out. "The waves are starting to." A loud crack interrupted her. One of the quantum crystals had split, sending a surge of energy through their equipment. Warning alarms blared throughout the station. "Containment failing," Jack shouted. "We're losing it." The ambassadors started backing away. Even Engineer Green stepped back. But Tom noticed something in the energy readings, a pattern he recognized from Earth's oceans. "Hold on," he said, studying the numbers. "This is like a rogue wave forming. In the ocean, when waves combine, they can either destroy everything," Mary finished, "or cancel each other out." Tom turned to his team. "Reverse the harmonics. We're not going to fight the energy. We're going to guide it." The team worked quickly, adjusting their equipment. Instead of trying to force the energy flows into the proper pattern, they began working with the chaos, guiding it like a surfer riding a wave. "Look," Pete pointed at the drive. The wild energy streams were changing. Instead of fighting each other, they were flowing together, creating new patterns that nobody, human or alien, had seen before. "Impossible," one of the ambassadors whispered. "The drive. It's reconfiguring itself." Tom watched as the energy flows settled into a new stable pattern. It wasn't the original configuration. It was something better. "Drive stability at 100%, Jack reported, grinning. "No, wait. 120%. The efficiency is higher than the original specifications." Mary checked her readings. "The wave patterns, they're perfect. Better than factory settings." "How did we?" "Because we didn't follow the rules," Tom explained, turning to the amazed ambassadors. "Your repair manuals tried to force everything back to factory settings, but sometimes systems can evolve into something better if you let them." Ambassador White stepped forward, their misty form swirling with excitement. "You've done more than repair our drive. You've improved it. This changes everything we thought we knew about Infinity Drive technology." Engineer Green was studying the new energy patterns. The Guild's repair protocols never considered this possibility. They were so focused on maintaining the original design, they missed opportunities for improvement. The other ambassadors gathered around the drive, discussing the implications in their various languages. A repair technique that could actually improve Infinity Drive technology would revolutionize space travel. "Chief," Jack called out, checking his communication screen, words already spreading. "Ships all over the galaxy are asking if we can upgrade their drives too." Tom looked at his team, humans who had just rewritten the rules of space engineering. They hadn't just fixed the impossible, they'd made it better. "Send them all the same message," Tom said. "Tell them Earth's repair stations are open for business, and tell them to bring their impossible problems with them. As the ambassadors began drafting a formal declaration to recognize human repair expertise, Tom smiled. The galaxy was about to learn that sometimes the best way forward wasn't to follow the manual, it was to write a new one. 6 months after fixing the Unity's Infinity Drive, Earth Repair Station 7 looked very different. The station had tripled in size, with new docking bays stretching out like spokes on a wheel. Ships from every corner of the galaxy waited in neat lines for their turn. Tom stood at his favorite observation window, drinking his morning coffee. He watched as First Commander Blue's fleet arrived, 30 Coalition warships, all coming for the human upgrade, as aliens now called it. Chief, Mary called from her new console, the Galactic Repair Guild representatives are here for the ceremony. Tom straightened his new uniform, now decorated with the symbols of both Earth and the Galactic Alliance. In the main conference room, head engineer Rock waited with other guild leaders. They looked much less angry than during their last meeting. Chief Engineer Miller, Rock said, his gray skin now a respectful shade of silver, we are ready to make it official. The room was packed with aliens and humans. Engineer Green stood proudly with Tom's repair team, their crystal form glowing brightly. On the walls, screens showed the ceremony being broadcast to every repair station in the galaxy. As of today, Rock announced, the Galactic Repair Guild officially recognizes Earth's repair methods as the new standard for space vessel maintenance and improvement. He paused, looking slightly uncomfortable. We also apologize for our previous resistance to human innovation. Tom accepted the Guild's official certificate. It was a far cry from 6 months ago, when they had tried to ban human repair methods. But success was hard to argue with, especially after the Unity's improved drive design had revolutionized space travel. Furthermore, Rock continued, we are establishing the first interstellar school of engineering here at Station 7. Human repair crews will train engineers from all species in creative problem-solving and adaptive repair techniques. The crowd cheered. Tom saw his team beaming with pride. They had earned this. Every impossible repair, every creative solution, every rule they had broken to get the job done. Ambassador White appeared on the main screen, speaking from the Unity. The improvement humans made to our Infinity Drive has led to a 30% increase in efficiency across all upgraded ships. But more importantly, they taught us something valuable. Sometimes the best solutions come from thinking differently. Tom stepped up to speak. The room fell silent. Humans have a saying, he began. If it's stupid but it works, it's not stupid. We succeeded because we weren't afraid to try things that seemed wrong. We looked at advanced alien technology and fixed it with modified mining tools. We repaired quantum cores with Earth cargo ship parts. We improved the most advanced drive in the galaxy by treating it like ocean waves. He looked around the room, meeting the eyes and equivalent sensory organs of various alien species. But our real strength isn't just fixing things. It's understanding that broken doesn't always mean something's wrong. Sometimes it's an opportunity to make things better. After the ceremony, Tom walked through the repair bays with Engineer Green. They passed ships being upgraded by mixed teams of human and alien engineers working together. In one bay, a young human was teaching a group of alien engineers how to repurpose simple tools for complex repairs. Look at how far we've come, Green said, watching the teams work. 6 months ago, the Guild thought humans were too primitive to repair advanced technology. Now they're learning from us. Speaking of learning, Tom said, I heard you're staying on as a permanent instructor at the new school. Green's crystal form sparkled with enthusiasm. Humans have shown us that understanding basic principles is more important than memorizing procedures. I want to help teach that. First Commander Blue approached them, their crystal form glowing with respect. Chief Miller, my fleet is ready for the upgrade. But first, I brought something to show you. They projected a hologram showing thousands of ships heading toward Earth. These are all the vessels planning to visit human repair stations in the next month alone. Your reputation has spread to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Tom looked at the endless line of ships coming to learn the human way of fixing things. He thought about his grandfather's old workshop on Earth, where he first learned that the best tool was an open mind. "Well," he said with a smile, "we better get to work. Those ships won't fix themselves." And so began a new chapter in galaxy history, one where the words human repair meant not just fixing what was broken, but making the impossible possible.